This is the Gatekeepers Podcast with Billy Grove. Billy is an innovative leader in the industry who loves teaching others how to build quality fence. So kick back, grab a cold beverage, and get ready to talk about fence. Today's show is sponsored by Mr. Fence Academy, National Metal Industries, and GURY. If you're looking to hit the next level in your fence company, check out Mr. Fence Academy. Real fencers, real job sites, real training equals real results. And now, live from the Mr. Fence Academy studios, here's your host, Billy Grove.
What is going on, everybody? Hello, world. Hey, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, however you're watching. Hey, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon, however you're listening. Guys, I am going to be pushing the audio version really hard as of late, just because we need to get some more followers on there. We're doing good, but we're not doing up to the gatekeeper standards, right? So we got some good downloads happening every week, but I'd love to see more. So that's my fault that I haven't pushed it, so I'm pushing it now. Been a hectic week down here in Florida, guys. If you've been watching the news, y'all, we got legendary snowfall last week. The news said 10 inches, but I know at my house, I keep my fish cleaning table outside. I measured that, and it was 11.5 inches, but apparently they only measure at certain certified measuring spots, so it could have been different. But with that said, guys, what is crazy about that is I live in the panhandle of Florida, right? Wild. We got more inches of snow in one day than the entire population of Canada has all year. Isn't that crazy, y'all? Florida. But so that happened. Last week sucked. We only got to work 2 days. Yeah, 2 days because we were all frozen in. We don't have like snow plows or salt trucks. Not just that, but people don't know how to drive in the snow and the ice here. So had a lot of downtime. That's why we were off last week, because it did snow Tuesday, and I can drive in the snow and the ice, but with no salt trucks and no snow plows, I wasn't driving in a foot of snow. So that didn't happen. I hope you guys like the best of volume 3. I kind of had to throw it together because I kind of made the decision at the last minute, but still put some work into it. Sorry it was late. YouTube was not liking my move file, so I had to convert it over to an MP4 after about 48 hours of trying to upload it. That being said, guys, I want to give a verbal shout out to my sponsors. First and foremost, we got Mr. Fence Academy, which is right behind me, right here on my new awesome retreat sweatshirt that says instructor on it. Pretty cool. Nice bougie sweatshirt. And then secondly, National Metal Industries, which is, I just got this cool hat in the mail today from Mr. Mike Levy, www.nmifence.com. Guys, go check him out. He also sent me some really cool carriage bolt pliers. Really excited about that because we get to do some chain link tomorrow, so I get to use them first thing. Really excited about that. And then last but not least, which is who our guests are for the night, is GURY Signs and Decals, which that sign is right over here. Get the camera to follow me. Boom. www.jcgury.com. And we have Miss Mary and Mr. Mark Cobb on tonight. We will get to here very shortly. Guys, my training went well. Didn't really have a podcast episode after that, so that went great. Super awesome. Got to meet Mr. Uncle John, who is a social media influencer, I guess you could say. Star. I wouldn't really say an influencer, but really good dude, man. He's one of those guys who goes and does free work for his community, i.e. building fences, sheds, swing sets, all that stuff. So he found out about Mr. Fence Academy. He hooked up with Sean. He lives in Louisiana, so it was closer for him to come to one of my trainings. So that was great, man. Got to meet him. Really, really awesome guy, down to earth, loves what he does. I got him booked for a podcast episode coming up soon, so y'all look forward to that. That's gonna be a great episode. But other than that, man, let's without further ado, let's go ahead and get our guests on. All right, there we go. Add to stage. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Hello. So happy to be here.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to have you guys on too.
There's a story behind it that you don't know, Billy.
Oh yeah.
We were last week. We were up in the state of Washington visiting our son and his family, and Mark gets this text message. Oh, we're on the podcast Tuesday. I'm like, when do we fly home? It was luckily we go, and so we would have been here, but it's better that we had a week to get ready.
Yeah, same. I texted Mark and I was like, I think the cars were just aligned for this to happen.
Yeah,
week because I forgot to like send you guys a reminder.
Yeah.
And then the snowstorm happened, and I was like, oh man, it's perfect timing for everybody to just take a break, come back next week refreshed.
Yeah, it worked out better. And I see Andrea Patterson's watching. Hi, Aunt. Shout out to her. Hi.
Yeah, she just commented. She said, what's up, everybody?
Good. And
right.
The other thing, Billy,
yes,
that
ma'am.
I'd like to say, because I know Mark's going to chip in when it talks about gates, because I know more about signs, is my middle name, it's Mary Kinda Cobb. That was my maiden name, is Hungarian. And my dad was Joe Kinda, so it rhymes with Linda. I think I said it, and I don't think you realized what I was saying, but it's Mary Kinda Cobb.
But she's kind of a Cobb.
Yeah, so so just call me Mary Cobb, and that works. Or Mary even works better.
There we go. I gotcha.
And my mom nicknamed me Mary Jane, but we don't want to go there.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yep.
That was a good one. Look at that, guys. All right, we got Mr. Carter Schmidt in the house from Kentucky. He says, hola, señor, ¿cómo está?
Bien, y tú?
Oh, yeah, muy bien.
Sí, yeah.
All right, we got Mr. Mike Levy from National Metal Industries in the house. I am wearing the new hat that you sent me. Love it, absolutely love it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. The guys are happy for their chain link pliers. I told a couple of the main guys that we got them, and we're doing chain link tomorrow, so they're pretty excited to use them. Thank you, sir. But guys, how was your vacation? And I know y'all have the fence cruise coming up next week, right?
Next week, so excited.
That's gonna be a blast.
So then, how was the last vacation, and how are we looking forward to the next vacation?
Well, lately it's all been a vacation.
Our life's a vacation, it seems like. At Christmas, we didn't drive this time, up to Northern California by Lake Tahoe, where our daughter lives. And we spent Christmas a week up there. And talking about snow, I've never had a white Christmas, and it snowed all Christmas Eve. And I was like a little kid running around, it's snowing. I was all excited. And everybody else like, yeah, we see it all the time. I go, but I don't.
But it was cold. I think it got down to 17, and for us that's
freezing,
super cold. And then up in Washington it was down into the teens, and it was like
32 in the daytime. My God, the sun's out, it looks real pretty outside, and you walk outside and your nose falls off,
Yeah, we get
so cold. We're not used to that.
No, SoCal, we're
74.
frozen. We're frozen at 65.
Yeah, if it's 65, it's cold.
Same. It gets like in the 40s here, and the guys look like a Christmas story. They're like walking around with like 2 or 3 jackets on. They can only get their arms down like this far. It's freaking hilarious.
They can't work. If they're that bundled, can they even work?
Oh, they find a way.
Okay.
They find a way. We had a new kid who is a military baby. I don't mean to say kid. He's a man, but we got a new guy, and he was born and raised up in like northeastern, like up there in like New York and stuff. He's out here.
He was in shorts, right?
Short sleeves. He's making fun of us. We're all like freezing our behinds off, and he's like, "Man, y'all are something else." And I was like, "Yeah, but you just wait till the summertime. I can't
That's
wait."
right.
That's it. Wait till
Yeah.
you live.
When it's 180 or 90% humidity, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
You'll
So
have
we'll
some
see.
other way to deal with it.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, so let's talk about the fence cruise coming up.
Yeah.
Have you guys got the itinerary yet?
Well, I mean, we know where the ship's going to be in port and stuff, so it's 4 days. It's the first day out of Miami is I think it's just at sea, and then
on Tuesday all day we're at sea, and then Wednesday we hit the first port, and I forgot which one it is, and then the next day we go to another port, and then Friday we come back. As far as itinerary, if there's like miniature golf on it, Brian will be up there. And if they have go-karts, it's going to be a problem with Sean and Brian. Oh boy.
Oh, absolutely.
some competition.
We don't know what they have on the ship.
It's just going to be
fun,
like after hours at the fence show, right?
It's just going to hang out.
Just a blast. Just people all, fencers and fence industry people just all hanging. It should be a blast.
Well, a lot of us girls are on a group text, and we're like, well, there's one night that you have to dress formal for a dinner. And I said, well, luckily, Mark, you don't have to wear a tie, but they say a dress shirt and a sport coat.
I live in jeans, right?
Yeah, he lives in jeans, and all of us girls are all about, oh, we're going to wear long dresses. We're going to, so we're all talking about what we're going to wear. That's.
Yeah. And the phone's going off, just text. I mean, they're in a group, and it's just like, oh my gosh.
It's fun.
I'm the same way whenever we go out on date night. Like, I'll get dressed, and like jeans are pretty much my nicest thing that I own.
Yeah.
And I'll be sitting on the couch, and the wife will walk out, and I'm like, damn.
You're gonna wear that?
Yeah. I need to go.
That's when your wife tells you, are you gonna wear that? And you're fully dressed, ready to go, and it's like
deep, heavy sigh, go back down the hall.
I guess not.
Well, I already told him he's gonna have to pack a pair of Dockers, so that's an alternate to jeans.
My dress up is black jeans.
There we go.
Yeah.
Same.
Not for that dinner.
Yeah.
And not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So hear that, everybody else that's on the cruise, you guys can't wear jeans on the dress up night.
Nope. Got to be dressed slacks.
Got to wear a sport jacket too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No tie, but yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
And no t-shirt.
I wonder if there's dancing.
Oh man, there's got to be. It's a cruise ship. There's got to be dancing.
Depends on how much alcohol we've had at what point in time.
Have you been on a cruise before, Billy?
I have not. Not.
You're gonna miss a good one.
I know. Actually, the wife and I were talking about it, I think last night, because her mom, last night, because she FaceTimes her mom every Monday, and her mom and stepdad just booked a cruise, and they were talking about that. And after she got the phone, she was like, "We need to book a cruise." It's like, okay, yes, ma'am. So,
this one just kind of popped out. Brian just had
he gets his ideas,
and throws it out
and
there.
And then Susan makes it happen.
Of course, Susan has to make it happen. But it's
absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. I saw my schedule for the year, and I was like, I'm not going on the fence cruise. I was like, I'm going to be all over the freaking country the first half of the year. I was like,
That's our February, because we've got the fence cruise. We're flying out on Sunday. We get back on Friday
the 7th.
Then we've got we have the training class for the gate, operator install here. So we have to go pour some concrete and get that all ready for the Wednesday class. I don't know, Michael's probably coming out sooner.
Michael's going on the cruise, so we'll
so he's going like, you and I are going cruising, but I got too much to do. But we have that, and then we got people. I guess there's one guy from Canada coming. I mean, there's a lot of 5 people from one company, so it's going to be I think it's going to be a fun time, I think. And
Brian from BD Loops is helping, and Allomatic. I don't know
will be here.
What's the man's name from Allomatic? I don't remember his name.
We'll have to look it up.
We'll have to look it up.
Terrible with
names. It's going to be y'all's first fence orientated, like hands-on training class.
Yeah, at the facility. I mean, we've had lots of people come and see our facility, which, it's a lot more to making signs than people realize. It's
Right.
not we're not digital printers, so it's not like the inkjets on steroids, which are digital printers. I mean, it's old school screen printing, which a much higher quality, and the process makes signs and decals that last way longer than a digital print. So it's we bring in raw aluminum and big old coils of aluminum that weigh 2,000 pounds, and we then have to take it all the way down. So we've had a lot of people that have come in and toured, and
then they say, now I know why it takes so long to get a sign.
Right.
Once
But they look amazing when you get them, though.
Yeah. And of course, some people had just recently gone, and we were closed for Christmas. We hardly ever do that, but our guys have been working overtime all year.
Yeah, so overtime shift on Fridays.
And Christmas was the middle of the week. He said, let's just close down. So it kind of delayed our delivery time because we were closed in the holidays. But we have a 16,000 square foot building facility, so there's a lot of equipment in there that's manufacturing stuff that my dad set up years ago. Right. So he's the one that headed everything, and I learned from him.
There we go.
So after the training class, then it's fence tech. Right? So
then it's fence tech, and we're got to get our booth ready for that. And every sign that we've ever made needs to be there.
Yeah.
There we go. And you guys are in what booth at Fence Tech?
We're in 1801.
1801. All right.
Yeah, you walk in the main entry, you turn right, and we're right there.
All right. Well, guys, you just heard it. Like if you're going to Fence Tech, 1801, walk in, take a right there.
And, as usual, we'll have all kinds of cool freebies, giveaways, collector signs. We just, AFA just approved the special collector sign just for the 2025 Fence Tech. So that's going in production in, a week or so. And so we have also their AFA sign we did last year. They're reordering that one. It won't be ready for Fence Tech, but we have our own collector sign, and Billy Grove has a collector sign
from the Fence Show, and then we're going to have more JC GURY collector signs there.
Yeah,
people love them.
Yes, they do. Man. I always all the new guys, once they've been here for like a little bit, I give them like a sign. I'm just like, you guys take this. You'll learn in the fence world. It's kind of a thing.
Yeah. Well, fence, if the fence industry, we do a lot of we do security and portable sanitation and access control, but the guys who collect the signs are in the fence industry. Those it's been a big thing for a long time. And it's getting bigger. So, it's the swapping and the trading. And we got people calling us all the time. Can I get one of these, or can I get one of those? And if we have one here, we'll shoot it out to them, and we send it to them for nothing, right? But we don't always have extras. And some things we're printing just specific amounts, and that's it. And so we don't have extras, but
makes sense.
Well, my dad, we've been at this facility since 1996, but I've been working for my dad for over 40 years, learning everything. And he's always said fencing customers have always been his favorite. They're friendly, they're nice, they're down to earth. He just has always enjoyed the fence people. And it's true even now. It is true.
We love all our customers, but
fencing people are special.
Yeah, we just have nice ways. We have a blast at what we're doing. We love what we're doing, but we don't do a lot in other industries as far as socialization. But in the fence industry, we've got like a family, and it's just
right.
The fence family,
and it's grown. It's unbelievable how many real friends that we have in the fence industry, not just customers or acquaintances. So.
Yeah, and they love everybody at the desk. They all like everybody they work with on the phone. Just everyone's so helpful, and they like everyone too. And one thing I told Sean King when he was out here, and I go, it makes a lot of sense. All the fence guys, some people we don't understand why they don't order signs yet. You don't put signs up. If you're proud of your work, put your sign up, put your name on it.
Yeah.
And even if you don't order from us, you still should put your name on it. We would want you to order from us. but otherwise your sign will fade. but I mean, be proud of your work, and that way it's a referral. It's the best way to advertise. It gets your name out there, and then your neighbors and people drive by and go, oh, that's who does their fence. I'm going to call them.
Yep.
It's a great idea.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to jump to a couple comments, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the show.
Sure.
So, skipped one. Sorry. All right. We got Mr. Craig Eubanks of
Craig.
Friday in the house. He says, look at that. 2 of the best humans I've ever met. And he is absolutely right. And that is why I keep putting it on all of the teasers. You guys are the most kind-hearted people in the whole entire fence industry. And I
appreciate that.
It's freaking awesome. And we got Miss Michaela Patterson.
Hi, Michaela.
I'm guessing she got home from World of Concrete last week with I saw
that.
Lots of interviews.
Lots of interviews. I saw that as well. And Craig Banks says, yes, they are awesome signs. They absolutely are, guys. Hands down. We'll get into that in just a minute.
You know what, though? I think Craig needs a collector sign.
He does.
Friday.
He does.
He does.
And I'm sure he's still watching. So Craig, start thinking up some new ideas, bro. You got the first one for Eubanks fencing. You can't copy it.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh man, all in good fun. All right, we got Mr. Robert Evers. All right, man, we got a bunch of podcasters watching as well. So we got Mr. Robert Evers, one of the 2 smooth operators from this podcast. Guys, also, Mr. Evers is a very talented DJ and a very talented singer. I've been watching his lives every time he starts getting on there and just randomly singing. Really good stuff, man. Love it. I'll see you, Mr. Evers. I think I see you at one of the trainings. I think you said that you're coming to. I think you're going to one of them and maybe South Bend. I think
he's on the fence cruise with his wife.
So we get to see him at the cruise.
There we go. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Sean King, Mr. Fence says, what's up, guys from Texas? How are you doing, sir? And then Miss Michaela Patterson says, the fence community is great. Hashtag fence fam with little.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Oh, that's where I'm seeing Mr. Evers. I knew I was going to see you soon. I saw it in my email. So I'm seeing you at the retreat very soon, Mr. Evers. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to seeing you live at the retreat, man. I've watched your actual live videos, but it was be fun to see you out there doing your thing live.
Yep.
Cool.
And there's a really cool collector sign for the retreat.
Yeah. I know. I can't wait. It's almost like
the new one.
Yeah.
Kind of like my little patch on my sweatshirt, although it's got a bear. It's a whole lot more stuff involved into it.
Yeah.
All right. We got one more to get to, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Like I said, Orlando Hinge Company, or the Swan Hinge, is in the house. Hey, all. What's going on, buddy? I'll see you at the retreat as well. I saw you signed up. So, all right, guys, that's it for the comments for now. We'll jump back into them probably about 15, 20 minutes. So, all right, guys, for those who don't know, can you give us a rundown on GURY, how long you've been in company, and what you guys actually do for those who are watching who have never heard of you?
Okay, I'll start. Mark can carry on. My dad bought GURY Company in 1970. I was still in high school. And he bought it from John C. Gury's widow. So that's where the name came from. He was in sales. He sold signs. He was a middleman. He didn't manufacture. And then when he passed away, my dad was the salesman. So he bought the company and was going to do for a lot of sales. We were also advertising specialties, calendars, pens, all that stuff. And then we got into manufacturing accidentally out of need.
Mr. Gury started the company in 1949.
Oh, see, yeah, I skipped that. Anyway, then when my dad bought it, and so then I kind of worked part-time in college helping dad out with paperwork, but it was small. Me, my brother, and my dad. He even started.
And your mom.
Well, yeah, and we even started making rubber stamps in the garage. It's that kind of thing where it's a mom and pop thing.
Family affair.
Family thing, and then it grew, and then we started to make. My brother started learning how to make screens, and we'd make things, and he would screen print. I would cut aluminum on the shear cutter. My mom would punch the holes. I mean, we just were out in this little shop, and you know, you make do and you grow, and it takes a long time to get your reputation built up. And my dad was Trade Show Joe. He did so many trade shows and got the product out there, and that's how people found out about us.
That's awesome.
And we've been with AFA since they started, so that's how a lot of people found us at the
48 years.
Fence Tech Show.
But before it was AFA, it was what?
California,
no,
International Fence Industry Association.
Yeah, IFIA.
IFIA, yeah.
So
we
I
go
know
way
you
back.
have 50 years on that because we had some pins.
Yeah, and I
and
have
stuff
some
for
other
50
things.
years,
I posted
so-
a picture of the old stuff because I'm older than dirt. So, you know, I have all kinds of stuff.
And I'm almost older than dirt.
He's younger than dirt. I'm older than dirt.
Yeah,
I'm
great.
older than him.
she's not a cougar, but could be considered a bobcat. She's only 4.5 years older than I
Yeah.
am.
So people say, "Oh, you're a cougar. You're older." No,
No, not 10 years
it has
older.
to
No.
be 10 years older. So
But I always say that bobcats have cuter tails. So
There we go.
what can you? This is information everyone needs.
Oh,
Golly.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Mr. Gurry, he said Mary said he was an advertising specialty guy, and he was the middleman for fence signs. But her dad is the one who brought manufacturing into J.C. Gurry.
Yep.
So that he wanted to have everything built here, right? And he did a phenomenal, like our facility here. It is, and not only is it absolutely spotless for a print shop, it's designed so well that, you start on one end with coils and sheeting, and it just kind of goes all the way through the shop and ends up going out the other end of the building.
To packaging and out the door.
and out, to ship. So, and we ship UPS, and anything over 300 pounds goes freight. So it's amazing how many pallets we send out a year.
Well, just
Absolutely.
the growth of getting equipment to print, to have the screen printing machines, the laminators, the
Die cutters.
the punch presses, which my dad and his brother both were tool and die guys as well. My dad knew a lot about equipment. We lost him 2 years ago at age 93. So, but he knew so much about all this equipment, and he made it all work.
And it's not automated here, right?
No.
Everything, obviously we have operators of pieces of equipment, but every one of those round corners on a sign, right, was handmade.
Well, they put it through the punch press,
it's
and
punched,
they punch
but
and
it's
they
actually
turn it
being, four times it's turned. Some of them we will die cut depending, and the holes will get punched that
if
way.
it's a custom shape, like
Yeah.
a cookie cutter.
Yeah, but if it's like fence signs are the most economical to produce because they're usually rectangles that are not the special shapes, and we can put more on a sheet, and it doesn't have to be die cut, and there isn't hardly any waste on a fence sign if it's square or rectangle. Now, like security and a lot of the fence guys now are getting into the special shapes and stuff. Well, we can't put as many on a sheet because a die cutter has a lot of pressure and it comes down. So you got to leave a little bit of space between so that stuff doesn't get bent. And so, you're paying for the whole sheet, even if there's waste, because it's,
Right.
And I would interject, most of our people in the shop are so experienced. They're very skilled. They've been here, the youngest one, well, we just got a new guy for 6 months, but before that, he's been here 11 years. Most of our crew's been here between 20 and 35 years.
Yeah, our printers,
very loyal employees.
are definitely.
And they care about their work, and they're very meticulous, and it shows in the products everyone gets.
Well, our shop foreman's been here 36 years.
Yes.
Well, not just that, but also that speaks that like moves mountains to know what kind of culture you guys have.
Yeah, this is a big family here. Literally, that's the way your dad set everything up. It's we go out, and we have a couple guys that have had weekend jobs and stuff, and our printer who's been here 33 years, one of them, he was telling me the other day, it was like I can't believe you guys come out and talk to us, right? You ask us about how your weekend went,
How your kids
how your
are.
families are. He goes, in other jobs, I'm a number, right? And they don't even know who I am other than, I'm employee XXXXX, right? And that's just the way her dad has always been. Mary has been. That's just the way it is here, is everybody is basically part of the
And
family.
he treats people good. And, at Christmas, he hands out hams. We did oranges, but now I do special gifts. And then we do turkeys at Thanksgiving, Christmas bonuses every year to everyone. And it's small. I mean, we only have 13 employees, surprisingly, including Mark and I.
And they put out a lot of work.
They get a lot of stuff out, and they work like a well-oiled machine. And you treat people good, and you like them, they like you. They're going to work in return. It's a win-win both ways. I hear a lot of things about employees and employers, and you're good to your employees, and they're going to be good to you, and they're going to work good for you.
And we don't even have to worry. I mean, honestly, the company runs without us. We can go for a week on a fence cruise, and we don't have to worry about anything here not going the way it should be.
Well, you've heard of Heidi. A lot of the people place orders with her.
Now, Heidi's the bomb.
My customer service supervisor. She pretty much heads the office, makes sure everything goes through to the shop perfectly. And we have Diane and Ashley, and her husband Lou now is on the order desk. And you guys will have a chance to meet Heidi and Lou at the Fence Tech, because they're there every year. There'll be all 4 of us in the Fence Tech booth this year.
In a 10x10 booth. It's going to be
really interesting. You can sit in the chair now. Okay, now it's my turn. No, I'm just kidding.
That's going to be awesome.
But the shop, you don't see anybody in the shop having to ask, what do I do next, right? I mean, you walk out there, and even the newest guy in the shop, who's an older gentleman, but
he works.
No one has to say, do this. When you're done there, do that. No, they just all everybody just knows what everybody else is doing.
Well, Pulnar does lay the work out for the day.
Yeah, he does in the morning. But I'm just saying, after that, it's like
everybody knows their role.
They do.
And it's fun because no 2 signs are alike. So they're all interesting. It's not, monotonous or anything. Well, this one has 2 colors. Oh, look at the shape on this. Oh, look at this has a different kind of red or a different green or something, and we match these custom colors, and it makes it interesting and fun. Plus, we talk to the people when they call in, and it's fun to talk to customers. They're friendly. They care. Most people do. Yeah. And if you want to know about the security, you can ask me. Otherwise, I won't say anything because this is a fence podcast.
Oh, no. Actually, that was going to be the next question after we get back from the commercial break. So I'm going to run these commercials. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
National Metal Industries, a family-owned business for 70-plus years, has grown to be recognized for their ability to deliver on not just privacy slats for fence, but all types of fence products. National Metal Industries has all the hardware and tools to get the fence professional in and out of their job with the most ease possible. You can count on National Metal Industries for the most convenient resources in fence products. Visit nmifence.com for more information. As we like to say, you can always pick it right at National. J.C. GURY Signs and Decals has been a trusted name in the sign industry since 1949, with all manufacturing done in-house from start to finish right here in the USA. With 75 years in outdoor signage and roots dating back to the 1920s, J.C. GURY specializes in durable, high-quality signs and decals. In-house screen printing since the 1970s ensures every product meets the highest standards. Visit jcgury.com for more information. Every aluminum sign includes Mylar lamination at no extra cost, extending product life in tough outdoor conditions. For unmatched quality and longevity, visit jcgury.com.
It is.
Oh man, my camera turned. Hold on.
Oh, that's
Where'd he go?
There we go.
Billy.
There we go. That's my super fancy AI tracking camera. There we go.
You know what? I wish I had like earphones and all that, so I'd look really official.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a lot of money to just look official, though, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching that commercial. That's pretty awesome. It kind of shows really quick all the stuff we were just talking about with the equipment and how big it is and all the steps that have to go through. I saw the UV dryer, and that it shows what it was sliding through with this light. And what we do is we use high quality UV inks, and then the ultraviolet light dries it immediately.
Yeah, it won't dry in the air.
Yeah.
So it would take 6 months for it probably to dry.
6 months? Really?
Yeah, that's according
I
to
didn't
what
know that.
Eugenio said.
Wow. Okay.
So-
Well, I didn't really know whatever what I was looking at whenever Mark sent me all the videos. I just I used, common sense to kind of figure out the different steps, and I kind of pieced them together that way. So
Well, you have some common sense, dude.
You do. It was really a good commercial. I kind of liked it. I'm like, ooh, there's us, and that's all the stuff we do, and that's really cool. It gives people a bird's eye view quickly of all the steps that we go through, to manufacture a sign.
Yeah, there's two major ways of printing these days, and it's the old school screen printing, which most of your t-shirts now are screen printed, but now they're also going to direct to film, which is actually it's put on with heat. And
silk screen.
Yeah, but the silk screening is used for t-shirts, but in signage, most of your printers are going to be digital now because it's easier, and there's no real setup fee on digital. It's all in the machine or in the computer, and you send it to the printer.
Plus, they can do complicated color mixes and layouts and pictures where each color on silk screening, there's one color per screen. So you're kind of limited. Our artist knows how to adjust to try to get the most effect with each color in each screen, because they have to lay on top of each other perfect when they print them.
Yeah, so if you got 5 colors, that has to go through the printer 5 times
and line up
perfectly, because if you overlap anything, it changes the color when you got 2 colors on top of each other. So it has to be registered, it has to be captured, is what they call it, perfect. So it's a much more difficult way to print, but it also is a process that gives you longevity because your digital printers are using a dye-based ink when we use a pigment-based ink, and the pigment-based ink lasts way longer in ultraviolet. And so it's for an outdoor sign, there's no comparison. You'll have a digital printed sign, which is great indoors, but
there's a need for digital print too.
Absolutely.
Obviously, a lot of people use it. Yeah, inside is good.
Inside's good, but for outdoor, it starts to fade in 6 months, especially the reds and stuff. They turn pink, and after a year, you might have a white sign, right? And so with remnants that you could see what it said. Well, our stuff 5 years down the road still looks pretty new, or longer. I mean, it looks new. I mean, it lasts a long time, but we also Mylar laminate all of our aluminum signs. So we put a polyester film, an actual plastic coating over all of our signs, and it's included in the price. And that scratch resistant and gives you additional UV protection. I mean, there is no comparison. If you take a digital print and you run your hand across it, it's rough, right? Because it's printed line. It prints just like a inkjet, so it's just one line at a time, and but you can kind of actually feel the ridges, and you feel our side, and it's smooth, right? I mean, it's a whole different feel.
Smooth as a baby's butt.
That's right. Smooth operators,
as Grammy says. So there's another industry which really got us going a lot, was the security industry, where my dad, I don't know if people may not remember a company in LA called Morse Signal Devices. In those days, they printed bell box signs that went on the bell boxes, because that was way back 40 some years ago.
Yep.
They didn't have all the techie stuff before cell phones and everything. And then Morse Signal came to my dad and said, Joe, you know what? Can you make a sign that doesn't go on a bell box but goes on a stake or a post? So my dad, being the tool and guy he is, he designed the U-channel stake that gets extruded. It's an ingot of aluminum. It gets extruded, and we cut them into 2.5 or 3 foot lengths. And then we came up later with the heavy duty one. So my dad actually came up with the yard sign stake years ago.
Yeah, you see every security company,
with the
ADT
yard
or whatever,
sign up
has a yard sign.
That's protected by A1 security,
Right.
ADT.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And then the thing underneath. And those are nationwide. My dad went to tons of security shows, and he would take his sign with his stake to all the shows, and people weren't buying it at first, like, no one's going to ever put signs out in their yard. Well, look what happened.
Yep. It's an industry standard.
I got one in my yard. Mine says Vivint, protected by Vivint.
Well, we're not big Vivint fans. But.
I'm not a big Vivint fan either.
Oh,
Okay.
don't say that.
All right. I'm not a big Vivint fan either, just because.
But signs are a deterrent.
On my bill. But
that's right, exactly.
But, signs are a deterrent besides a dog,
Yes,
so
yes.
but
it is
purpose.
that C channel, U channel,
U channel
that you're talking about, and
her dad actually commissioned the first die for extruding U channel aluminum stakes. So before that, it was just the cast iron stakes that you got on a real estate sign,
or steel that would rust, and we wanted things that didn't rust. So
and then the signs were tin.
And then he came up with some screws that don't rust and the rivets as well.
Steel.
And then people said, Joe, our guys don't always have time to drill holes and mount the signs, so sometimes we mount them on the stakes for people.
Still do.
An added choice, we do that. Others, he developed a new stake. It's besides the U channel, there's a little divot in the middle that fits the screw. No matter where you put the sign, you just do the screws, and it's in there without
it's a drill option for stakes.
And it's a steadier, heavier stake that holds up in wind and bad weather. So they're a little bit more expensive, but when there's a necessity, it brings on an invention, right?
Absolutely. I'm telling you what, like you guys posted that on Facebook, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
He does it. He's a social media dude.
Me.
And I love all of your posts, Mark. They are extremely, I learn from them every single time that you post one of those long ones. I'll read every single one.
It's a lot to read, but we're trying to, the whole idea of this is just to try to, it's kind of like what you do with Mr. Fence. It's training, right? To understand the differences, right? And I know sometimes it's long, and of course Facebook will allow you to, I don't even know if they have a limit on words, but LinkedIn is a little better than Instagram on the amount of words that they give you. I think they give you 3,000, and I think on Instagram it's like 2,100. So we got to have all these different posts set up, because you can't do the whole explanation that you do on Facebook. Then you have to have a shorter one for LinkedIn and a shorter one for Instagram.
Well, either way, I loved the Facebook posts. I learned a lot about the innovations you guys have done, not just in the fence sign game, but in the security world. And it's not even about a sign either. It's a sign stake. Like that was really cool to me that I found that out, that your dad invented
the stakes
for that use
today that you see everywhere. Because you drive down my street and you see them everywhere.
I want to show you a picture of my dad, because I'm so proud of him. There's a picture of Joe Kinda. I don't know if that's
get him over here.
Get him over there. Wearing a JC GURY hat.
There we go.
But anyway, that's my dad. And he taught me so much of what I know.
Very smart man. I mean,
kind and fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody loved my dad. He was such a good salesman. But he wouldn't quote bullshit people. You tell people the honest truth. You never have to remember, what did I tell that guy? No, we're just always honest. You tell people, if something's going to be late, our raw material didn't come in. It had a 2-week delay. We're so sorry. We can't print signs till the material comes in.
Yeah.
You tell people that. We call people ahead of time and let them know. That doesn't happen hardly at all. But occasionally it does. But you be honest with your customers. You don't make stuff up. And that's just going to catch up to you as a business person.
And we have people that answer the phone. We don't have
machines.
We don't have the voice tree and push 1, push 2, push 3. Whoever answers the phone should be able to help you, right there. I mean, it's
ask you questions.
We would rather talk than actually do it, online, because then you got the back and forth, and even with email. I mean, we'll do it any way that a customer wants, but on the phone, we can get this thing settled like quick, right? And there's so many questions. You know, you fill out an online form, and I mean, we get a lot of questions on what's your standard size. Well, there is no standard size. We'll make it whatever size you want, because we're custom. Every job is custom. There's nothing sitting on the shelf just waiting to go out, right? It's like, well, what do you want? What color do you want? You know, I mean, we have.
What's your logo? And a new person says, I don't have a logo. I don't know what. So sometimes we'll come up with something. They might tell us an idea, and our artist comes up with things for them. We're not a logo designer.
You guys have a setup. If somebody does not have a logo, you guys can provide them a logo. Is that what you're saying?
To a certain degree. I mean, our graphic artist is awesome, but
well, see, like, okay, JC GURY in the background. Consider that's kind of a logo. It's just the print and the way you want it. Some people might say, I want a font, and that could be their logo right there. You know, I might want a great big K, C, and then a little N, you know, or I might want it with some kind of a guy on it or some kind of a fence on it. So he'll look up, you know, and try to find some kind of picture. And that's why we have proofs and let people look at it. Then they fine tune it. Some people say, oh, that's fine. Others can be picky and want 8 proofs. Yeah. But till we fine tune it. But once you get it, it's good.
Yeah, we don't strictly just design people's logos.
Kevin Poole needs a new design. So call our office tomorrow and they'll help you out.
Mr. Just the Tip. Mr. Just the Tip needs a new like fence sign. Mr. Just the Tip. Have you guys not seen his videos on the fence? Oh, well, he doesn't do them very often anymore, but no, like that's how he starts it off. He says, "Hey guys, it's Mr. Just the Tip." But yeah, no. So
that never works out good though. Just the tip.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right, we got my good buddy Josh Clark, who is on the show next week.
Oh,
guys, it's gonna be my first live guest interview. He's gonna be sitting right next to me to my left.
Oh.
I got my spare mic over there, my spare headphones right here. We're gonna have a live guest.
I don't know Josh Clark. What company is he with?
He's with High Steel. He's our salesman.
Oh, Josh is a salesman.
Oh, was he at the fence show? Did I meet him?
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He hasn't missed a fence tech since he's started with High Steel, and he's been to both of the fence shows as well.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll look for him in 2 weeks.
I mean, I've seen Josh on other podcasts. Has he been on yours?
No, he's been on Craig's.
He's been on Craig's for sure. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
See, I deal way more with the online stuff than Mary. She's nuts and bolts and
I do accounting and payroll and financial stuff, right?
Yeah, she makes sure everything is here for the guys that in production.
Yeah, I buy raw material a lot, so I'm sure that's all up to
but once she gets to know you, she'll never forget you.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I may not always remember your name, but I know your face.
That could be good or that could be bad.
All right. Kevin Poole says, I'll do more. I don't know. I'll do more. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. James Williams Hurst the fourth. What's going on, buddy?
Oh yeah.
You in a while. He said
$500
for a logo design. Love us some JC signs and decals. I don't know if you've seen James, but your sign is in the commercial.
Yes.
Go back and watch the sign. It says Fence Boss, and it has the star. It goes in and out, and then it.
Lou worked with James and his wife. I mean, that was from what they originally sent us wasn't screen print friendly. So Lou, I think, spent he spent a lot of time back and forth before we finally came up with the the perfect sign.
I love it too. It's a great sign.
Yes, it is. And that's die cut. That's a special. Yeah, that's definitely a cool special sign. Shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Yeah, it is. So I want to speak just out of personal experience. Earlier on, like in the show, you were talking about how screen printed signs will fade at about a minimum of 6 months.
No, not screen printed, digital.
No, digital print. Sorry, guys. Misspoke. All right. So I can say that is absolutely 100% true. Here in Florida, it's probably closer to 4 months because whenever I was in business for myself and I started getting involved in the fence groups, I saw JC Gurry, signs and decals, all that stuff. And then I was like, all right, let me see how much money they are. I was like, oh man, that's a little too high for my budget right now. So I went to somewhere local. All right. I ended up in the long run spending more money. Right. And they're in my front yard. They're in my front yard on my front yard fence. They were black signs. They were white within 4 months.
Yeah, that's what happens. It's I mean, there are digital printing's getting better, and they do have some options for liquid types of lamination, but there's nothing that stands up to actual physical plastic coating, right? And the pigmented ink. I mean, our ink is thicker. It's got way more. The pigment is the color, and dye just doesn't last as long. So there's a place for everything.
Absolutely.
And we're a niche printer. I mean, we don't print business cards and letterhead and one-off signs for a building or stuff. It's
aluminum, plastic, and the vinyl decals.
And the vinyl.
And a lot of people are liking the foam back tape little nameplates that we have. We have those at Fence Tech. But what's picked up in the fence industry is for years we've done reflective signs for security, especially out front. Well, the fence guys are starting to want reflective on their fence signs, and that's
who did that first. I wonder who did that first.
That was Red Fence was the one that jumped in.
Twist.
Jared jumped in there with both feet.
Oh yeah,
like in 2002, I think.
Yep,
really? Okay, because
he came to our facility.
So I sent off the final proof after I okayed it to Sean, and I was like, "Look at this. This is awesome." And he was like, "See if they can make that bad boy chrome and reflective." I was like, "Oh man, I'll do that on the next order," but no.
No, I can't do chrome and reflective. That doesn't
because
work.
It's a material that we laminate onto the aluminum.
Yeah,
so you pick one or the other. But the reflective is really picking up for the fence guys. It's a little more expensive, obviously, but some people really want it. They want to show up at night. They can see your sign at night.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what Dan Blanc couldn't believe the reflective when he got it, right? And then he ended up going to his local printer or his local sign guy because they wouldn't let him have lights on his sign for his building. So he went ahead and had his printer do a reflective sign, or his sign manufacturer make a big old sign for the front of his building and went reflective. And so he just said that because he got the reflective signs from us, gave him that idea. And his
well, a lot of the fence guys are liking it. It does cost a little more, but that was pretty much mostly in the security industry. And I'm really liking to see more reflective fence signs. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, and in the right application, it works great. I mean, it's retro reflective, so it doesn't glow in the dark, right?
Right.
But if light hits it, it definitely reflects it back.
And guys just starting out and they're on a budget, we totally understand that, and they might want to get smaller 3x5 or 4x6, just one color, just to get them started. And then as they build up and get their business busier, they can expand, get a bigger sign, maybe 2 colors, and get, but with, people when they're first starting out, they can think about different sizes and stuff. And our guys, a lot of times our people on the order desk will guide people, especially first time people.
Absolutely.
When they're trying to, you're on a budget, you have only this much money to spend on different things because you're buying products.
Yeah, we want repeat business.
Oh,
yes. And so
we want to help these guys get started and move on and get bigger.
We're not trying to hit people.
But like everybody who is just starting out, and say you only have a 2-color sign and you want a 5-color sign. It's the same thing like as everything. Keep it as a collector, right?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I literally have a corner in my closet full of shirts from my first company, second company, third company, fourth company. Not all that I've made.
Now, what does your wife say about that?
She wants me to throw away all of my old fence shirts, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. She's like, why? And I was like, because those are like parts of my life.
Well, Billy, just hang them all up on some kind of display and take a nice picture, and that's your shirt display.
No, keep your shirt. Keep your shirt.
So I will say she was right, because I had like 5 of each color and 5 of each brand, or like 5 of each company. And she's like, can we like dwindle it down to like 1 brand and 1 of each color? And I said, okay, cool. We'll do that. So I got rid of a lot of the stuff. But, that is kind of something that I look back on. I mean, I have my original Gulf Coast Fence Solutions sign on my desk at my high steel desk, and that's just to like remind me of where I came from. That's just like a constant reminder. I can look up, it's the first sign on my desk. Like it is right in my eye view. So I look up, I see it. And, that's just to remind me of where I came from. It keeps me humble. It doesn't give me this big-headed mentality of, oh, I'm the manager, I do this, I do that. It just instantly puts me back in my place, because everybody has those days. But for those small guys starting out and you're like, oh man, I can only get 2 colors. Run with the 2 colors.
Absolutely.
Or 1 color. The material comes white. They can just print black, or just 1 color on white, and it's going to save money to start. Sure.
Yeah.
But also, people sometimes have an idea because they've seen JC GURY everywhere, and that we're really expensive. But we hold our own price-wise.
Yeah.
You really do.
And buying local is great when you can do it. The only problem is with mom and pop shops, and we're a mom and pop shop, but a local printer doesn't do this kind of work all the time, so they have to order blanks because they can't cut, they can't bring in, and so we find out people are saying I'm paying $10-12 for a sign, right? And a sign that we're charging $2 to $4 to $5 depending on material and stuff. So a lot of times they find out that they can have way higher quality for less money. Now, the only thing that shipping can sometimes, with aluminum, can be a little expensive.
But there's really 3 basic things. My dad's always stuck to this, and I'm still the same way. Our price is just contingent on the quantity you order, the number of colors, and your square inches, your height and width of your sign. And those are the 3 factors that determine your price. So we go from there. Keep it simple, right?
And we have a minimum of 100, and that's because we're screen printers. And there's $114 that we have tied up in a setup for the initial setup before we even print a sign. So 100. I mean, if you got 1 sign, you have $114 on top of whatever the material and the labor stuff is. So when you go to 100, and there's $1.14 amortized over that. When you go to 1,000, it's 14 cents, right? So the more you print with screen printing, the less each sign is. So that 250 to 500 is the really sweet spot.
Oh, we had the same word.
Yeah, we did a lot.
See, we're married.
Where's my rim shot at? Hold on. It's over here somewhere. No, it's not. Yeah, that was way late.
But that's a lot of times you'll find it's such a huge difference between 100 and 250. And so that's why we'll always, our people on the order desk will say, well, if you've got it in the budget, it can save you a lot of money if you just kick up to 250, because it's 72 cents, I think, difference between 100 per sign and 250 for 1 color. So I mean, it's a big chunk. So but we'll actually print 50 if somebody wants, but you got $2.28 that's tied up per sign that's just in setup. So, and that's just for the first color.
Yeah, Michaela loves us.
And she does. She says, I love you guys.
Love her too.
That's Fence Fam for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I shared this while we were talking, but Josh Clark is absolutely right. Digital printed signs will fade before the pickets fade. That's
well, High Steel has a hot sign. That is a really cool sign. Well, actually, they got several, but that is it's right in there with Mr. Fence with his blue chrome, which was kind of a total accident for us.
Yeah.
Oh, Heidi worked on that. She got that working.
Yeah.
It was a happy accident.
A happy accident because the actual blue chrome material was just, I mean,
print on it.
Stupid expensive, right? And so we went ahead with the chrome and did a standard blue. I'm not a standard blue, but their color blue. And when they brought the sample up, and I told Heidi I got the sample, I went, that is blue chrome. And she's going, she'd already told Sean, nah, unless you want to spend a fortune, this blue chrome isn't going to work. And I got it, and I showed Heidi, I said, it worked. Look, just by accident,
that's our printer. That's our printer for you. Our guy, we can do happy accidents.
And I was standing right next to her.
Sean pushed us, though.
Yeah.
Well, Sean's pretty good at pushing people.
Yeah.
He is pretty good at pushing people to their true potential. So there's that.
We appreciate that.
Well, right then, though, she called Sean up right then and told him, I got you your blue chrome. And I was standing right next to her. And her office is actually bigger than my cubicle. She is definitely more important than me. But she gets stuff taken care of. But that was kind of a funny thing that it worked out that, we haven't tried it with other colors because we don't know for sure if, somebody had asked for orange chrome and we thought, well, we can try it, but there's no guarantee.
We're open to try things and help people out,
right.
It's one of those things, but I'm really proud of what we've been doing over these years. I'm still amazed. And, I walk through and and everyone likes their work, their job. Our employees are happy. It's like I always go out every morning. We come out, we all say hello to everybody, walk through the shop and talk to them. And, it's really cool. And, when you say something about I own JC GURY now, my dad, I inherited it from him, but I still think of myself as an employee. Even if the ladies in the office need me to help file, I'll go in there and file. I'll wear any hat that's needed, And my dad had that same attitude. He'd go out and I remember him die cutting and running the clamshell die cutter.
I saw a weed out there in the landscape.
Yeah.
Can you take care of that?
What? I've been married to him for 12 years. He was microwave Mark. We'll go there. I met him and he installed my microwave. That's how I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great information.
An install with benefits.
There we go.
Too much information on this podcast today, let me tell you.
You guys have been awesome. But speaking of, we are coming up on time. Do we have any closing thoughts, any events that you are going to be at in the next year that you have not already told our listeners, our viewers?
Well, we're taking a break from most traveling from
this year. Mark's going to have a knee replacement, so we're going to stay close to home till the Finch show in October.
Finch show in October. So
okay.
From March. Now, that's not to say that events come up that Heidi and Lou may end up going to, and then I don't know the recovery. I've been limping around for 2 years, and it's gotten bad. So, it was time to actually.
But there is we haven't seen yet when WASA, if they're still doing something this year.
Yeah, we don't know.
The Western Access, it's a door,
roll-up door and access control.
But we may do that if it comes. I just haven't seen a date on it yet.
Yeah, because they should be in Vegas this year. Or there's a bunch of stuff that's going on. They may be combining with somebody else, and so that show Mary and I almost always do. So. But this year we kind of cut back on all the state associations for security. We're not going to do ISC West this year, even though we've done it for 36 years. We're pulling back this year just because it's a tough show to do. And
industry's changing in security, and everything crosses over. Security, access, fencing, they're all kind of
even
crossing over.
Portable sanitation, because most of those companies do temporary fencing, and temporary fencing for us is huge. I mean,
and they do the porta potty decals, which we print a lot of those and ship all over as well.
Yep.
And we do a lot of business in Canada. You know, our 51st state will make it much easier to be able to ship to Canada and not have
I
stuff
can't believe
hung
you
up
said
in.
that. Oh boy. Okay, just laugh, Billy.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I am. That was hilarious. Oh, that's great. Well, guys, so all of our viewers and our listeners, you can catch JC GURY, Mark and Mary Cobb on the Fence Cruise next week. You can catch them in Salt Lake City, Utah at Fence Tech booth 1801, main entrance. Take a right. It's right there.
You're a good listener, Billy. Good listener.
Thank you much.
Just like John thing. I mean, he came down here and I gave him a tour through the shop, and then he did a video and he remembered every single thing I had told him, every employee's name.
Yeah.
That guy's amazing.
He is.
Yeah.
So are you, Billy. That's what my point is. You are
just like him.
Yeah. Thank you. But then, guys, you can also catch them. They JC GURY, Mark, and Mary are holding the Fence University's first class that is going to be outside of Las Vegas, right? Yeah. So they're going to be holding it in, what's your city name?
La Habra, California. We're just down the street from Disneyland.
Yeah.
So guys, you can catch them in La Habra, California. And then the next time, I believe I'm correct, will be at the Fence Show, right? Which will be in Las Vegas, Nevada.
October 1st to the 3rd.
Yeah.
I'll have my birthday at the Fence Show.
Oh man, what a great way to spend your birthday in Las Vegas.
Yeah, don't tell Brian or it's all over.
Yeah. Right. Right. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thanks for having us.
For being a partner in the podcast. I truly appreciate it. Guys, if you are looking for some fence signs, reach out to Miss Heidi. I will roll the commercial right after I end again for the phone number and for the JC GURY website. Reach out to Miss Heidi, get you a quote on a sign. Like Miss Mary said, you can do white with black lettering if you're just starting out. Okay.
Yeah. It's simple.
Or you can do a black background with white lettering, right?
Exactly.
Either way.
Same thing.
Exactly. But get yourself a quality sign, one that's not going to fade in 4 months or in 6 months if you're not in Florida. Okay. Go ahead and do yourself a favor. Go get yourself some JC GURY signs. And Mark, Mary, I love you guys so much. Can't wait to see you. Unfortunately, I won't see y'all until Vegas. Okay. So I'll see y'all October 1st to the 3rd in Vegas.
Okay.
Y'all have a wonderful night, and I'm sure we'll talk soon. Okay.
Thank you for having us, Billy. We really appreciate being on the show. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great night.
Good night.
All right, guys. Wonderful show with two of the most kind-hearted people in the entire fence industry. Like I said, if you do not have fence signs, go to www.jcgury.com. I will play that commercial again just so you guys can see the phone number, the website. Give Miss Heidi a call. Get yourself some awesome freaking fence signs. And man, don't forget about the rest of my my sponsors, Mr. Fence Academy, guys. If you're looking to change the game in your fence company, not just with the installation, but the business side of it, www.mrfenceacademy.com. There's the retreat. Excuse me, I just choked on my spit. There's the retreat coming up. There's a couple spots left. Go get yourself into it. National Metal Industries, www.nmifence.com, guys. If you're looking for any fence tools or chain link specific stuff, hit up www.nmifence.com. And of course, JC GURY, www.jcgury.com. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. And I'm going to play that commercial for y'all one more time so you can get the info. I'll see y'all next week. 7:30 Central Standard Time with Mr. Josh Clark sitting right next to me. Y'all have a great night.
JC GURY Signs and Decals has been a trusted name in the sign industry since 1949, with all manufacturing done in-house from start to finish right here in the USA. With 75 years in outdoor signage and roots dating back to the 1920s, J.C. GURY specializes in durable, high-quality signs and decals. In-house screen printing since the 1970s ensures every product meets the highest standards. Visit jcgury.com for more information. Every aluminum sign includes Mylar lamination at no extra cost, extending product life in tough outdoor conditions. For unmatched quality and longevity, visit jcgury.com.